Hi everyone, so first video review for this week is for the first of two other publishing arcs that I had, and this one is A Heart This Big by Cheyenne Blue. If you want to check out my Goodreads review, I have just posted a link, so if you're on Facebook it's below all the other videos, or if you're on YouTube there's a link in the description below. And this is the video review. So A Heart This Big by Cheyenne Blue. Oh, how beautiful was this. I absolutely adored this story so much. It had so much heart and soul put into it. It was really lovely. Cheyenne created a beautiful romance between two very humble characters, even though they were from very different backgrounds, and they both had passion as well, which was brilliant. It made a great chemistry for them as a dynamic and really got me invested in them from the very first chapter. I was just hooked on where it was going to go. So it's about like I say, two women who have very different backgrounds. So Nina has a farm and she's a single mum, and she was a very young mum, and she does a lot for the community. She's a very community based person, and when she falls on hardship due to an accident that takes place at her farm, things get a little bit rough and she has to seek some legal help, which is where Lee comes into it. She's a high-flying lawyer, and like I say, they're both very passionate about what they do. So Lee's very passionate about what she does, although somewhere along the line she's lost her path a little bit in wanting to be more community spirited, and I think it was brilliant for her to meet Nina, and therefore there was that lovely reconnection with why she'd really wanted to be a lawyer in the first place and how she could help. So as with any legal matters, the road obviously to the resolution of this was not simple. It wasn't as simple as Nina thought it was going to be. It certainly wasn't as smooth and simple as Lee thought it might be, and Nina, she can't really afford this legal advice, so she's really looking for Lee to take her on pro bono and help out and do a bit for the community as well, which is why I say Lee, she had to look at everything, sort of why she wanted to be a lawyer in the first place. Has she lost her original path? There's a lot of questioning for both characters going on throughout this story, not only their own morals but also their relationship as well between the two of them. Lee definitely has an awful lot of denial, which is great. It builds and it adds to all the tension, but their feelings for one another and the attraction really add to the complication that is going on whilst this legal case is going through, because Lee knows Nina's a client and that you can't mix business and pleasure. That's how it is. It's how it is in most worlds. So the additional characters that also helped support this, so Phoebe, who is Nina's daughter, and Grizz, who is Lee's paralegal, like a aide, she was really brilliant in helping Lee to make a decision and making her see what was right in front of her. And Phoebe was, again, she was like a little moral conscience for Nina. She was just sort of nagging, like that little voice in the back that you have to remember to do things. It's not just you have to consider others in a decision. And obviously, being a child, Phoebe sees us a lot more black and white than Nina and Lee do, and it's really insightful to the story. So she was brilliant, and she was really refreshing as a character as well. She was really awesome little kid, and I just loved the tension that was built into the story. I just loved the way the lawsuits bringing unexpected events on Nina had, you know, it literally had me hooked with every turn of a page, and it kept the sequence of events going. It kept throwing new curveballs. It kept, everything had consequences, and there were other things going on that, you know, impacted that lawsuit, and there was just so much going on. It was a brilliantly put together story. It was really well sort of constructed with a great plot as well to keep you really intrigued. But I just loved it. It was brilliant. And you know, as they both tried to do the right thing for everyone involved, including themselves, because you can't be completely selfless. It was really, you know, just heartwarming to read, and it was a lovely, you know, happy story. Very romantic, very cute, but extremely humbling and brilliantly portrayed as to just how difficult life can be, and just how different two backgrounds can be, but how you can still be friends, you can still work together, you can still be a good person. Money isn't everything. Money doesn't buy you happiness. Lee is definitely an example of that, and it was just a really nice slow burn romance because of the lawsuit and that tension. You got that really good slow burn in there, and it was so good, like, so good. I'm telling you, like, oh my god, it was amazing. Strong female characters as well. This book was brilliant for that. Really portrayed them really well, and they were really admirable as characters as well. You really you could see the good that Nina does for the community. You could see the good that Lee wanted to do. You could understand their conflict, everything. It was just really brilliantly put together, and it's perfect for any romance lover, totally. I really hope we'll see more from Lee and Nina in the future, and Phoebe, because she's just awesome. She has to be there, obviously. And so yeah, I just hope we see more from these characters, because obviously we've had a nice slow burn romance. So what happens next? It's really, really exciting. So I'll pop a link in the description. Please go and grab a copy of A Heart This Big by Cheyenne Blue. It is so good, you won't regret it. If you've read A Heart This Big, please let me know what you thought of it. What were your favourite bits? Who was your favourite character? How beautiful was it? Come and enthuse with me. If you haven't read it, or if it's on your to read list, again, please let me know. It's always great to hear what you are looking to read, and if you do read it, I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Bye.